I hate Scheana. I hate her. What are you trying to do? You trying to move your camera so that you...
I hated the marble. The marble was bothering me.
I hate her.
She's doing way more than I even thought she was doing.
I was in this Raquel too. I didn't know it was going to go down like this.
Yeah, I thought I already knew I was going to be annoyed with Scheana because we know how Scheana is, you know.
Yeah.
But it tracks for me what I said honestly last week. She's pushing Schwartz
Pia,
on.
You fucking nailed it. You fucking nailed it last week.
Thank you.
You did.
Thank you.
You said that this is a spin she's been doing.
Yeah.
With the whole like, oh, I don't really, we want to keep Brock off the show. In the text messages that Katie put on her social media, you see it say, Scheana's like, I was worried I didn't have a job. And that's got to mean the show, right?
Yeah. Absolutely has to mean the show.
You were right. Pia called it, you guys.
Thank you.
Pia fucking called it.
I'm like, this is so beyond like inappropriate.
I know I like to kind of see all sides. I am 100% anti-Scheana.
I'm 100%, 1000% anti-Scheana. And honestly, any bit of empathy I had toward Raquel has flown out the window. It's gone. Didn't
we even say too that it's like Raquel was giving more Scheana? Like we kind of it felt like more Scheana, and this episode was like, oh, okay, Sheena's literally been like mentoring you.
Yeah, she's grooming her in a sense.
She's grooming her. And this is Raquel's villain origin story. James is creating the villain origin story for Raquel.
Yeah. It's just, I can't wait to be like really, really right. delve into it because everything that I was like, my jaw was just dropping constantly in this episode.
Same.
I was like, what? Okay.
All right. Let's just get into it. Let's go. Fucking let's do it. Here at She Speaks Bravo, we believe that Bravo TV is a great form of self-care and therapy. Look at me. I've been using it for over a decade, and I am a complete mess. That's me, by the way. I'm Emily, and I'm your host on this journey.
What is this, honey?
I love that.
If you're not already subscribed, get subscribed and hit that notification bell because I'm releasing new episodes at least 3 times a week.
You fool.
That's my opinion!
I talk Bravo, I talk true crime, and sometimes I talk a little scripted. So whatever you're here for, I hope you enjoy the show. I have to say, the music they're using this season is really good so far.
I mean, yeah. I'm loving like as much as I'm like pissed. It's in the best way for the show.
In the best way, yeah. No, in the best way. Like, in the best way.
It's not like my Summer House piss. Summer House is like...
Yes. Summer House is taking me on like a psychological like torment journey. But
yeah.
This is like...
This is old school Vanderpump Rules, like drama. Yeah.
And this is the thing. This is what makes me crazy with Scheana, is that Scheana gets this reputation from that fandom of like, she's the sweet one. Scheana's the villain.
I never felt that way. I always felt like she was just a whiny, annoying,
selfish
little bitch.
No, okay. I know. I'm going to try my hardest not to keep talking about us recapping season 3 on the Patreon because I swear I don't want to be that person that's like the Patreon. But we are recapping season 3 on the Patreon and watching as Sheena's planning her wedding to Shay, and Ariana is dealing with Kristen Doty being truly psycho with her and Tom.
Yeah.
And not one time does Scheana check in with Ariana, her best friend, to make sure she's okay. Ariana's giving Scheana all of her love, all of her support, being so there for her. And Sheena's just like, it's all about me. I'm not even going to, you're being annoying, Ariana. You're being dramatic. When Kristen literally made sure a whole human being came from across the country into their place of work to torment them.
Yeah.
And Scheana doesn't care. She never takes accountability. When they get to the reunion, it's like, I'm a victim. It's me. I'm the problem. I'm gonna read a tweet that Bravo and Botox reposted.
Okay.
Scheana always makes these problematic entrances she knows will upset people and acts like she's hot shit until she gets what's coming to her. And then she cries and acts like it wasn't all premeditated after bragging about premeditating it.
Exactly.
It's that's
what, you know what? If she would just stand in it, I could like respect it a smidge, even though it's still disgusting what she's doing. But like when we get to it at the very end, it's just like she does this. She again, it's so funny. See, this is my last time bringing up the Patreon too, and then because
I can't promise that, guys. I can't. It's you guys. Season 3 is so paralleled with this season. It's really hard not to.
But in season 3, Scheana is trying to take on this Stassi role and create drama, and like she's not good at it. Stassi was naturally good at it, and Scheana is not. And she's trying to orchestrate this thing here, and she's not good at it because when people who are actually like, you know, brave and strong check her ass as she should be checked, then she recoils because she's a weak bitch. I'm gonna take some like Lala phrases. She's a weak bitch.
Yes. And don't get me wrong, I'm about to drag Lala too, because Lala, that was not good what she did with the way she handled that.
It was. I was glad that it happened in that conversation. Okay,
we'll get there. We'll get there. Okay, all right. So Lisa goes into Sir just to drag the hell out of Peter. That was shameless, dude. She walks in and Peter looks hungover as hell. He looks terrible.
Right.
He just kept drinking after Raquel rejected him.
Yeah.
And Lisa's like, oh, your ego was hurt. Ha 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 ha. And then just like walks away and leaves him there like, really?
He's like, I get minimal camera time, and this is how you do me, Lisa.
That was the scene you wanted me to film with you fucking bitch.
I actually work here for you, and I never really get camera time, and this is how you do me.
Like, I hit my mark. I waited for you to show up. I might
over, and you
come in and do that.
Yeah, she did, and
damn.
That's why I also love Lisa. She's like, I love her. I love her because she does that shit.
Yeah. So Raquel, she shows up. She's late because she had to take Graham to the vet. And of course, Lisa knows that already, but she's like, you're late. And Raquel's like, I know, I had to take Graham to the vet. And Lisa's like, oh no, I love that dog. And so they talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
But then Lisa's like, so I have to talk to you. And Raquel's like, I know what it's about. And she's like, yes, Peter. And Raquel thinks she's so cute. She's like, oh, you mean I can't make out with Peter in front of customers? Okay.
Like you did. You
did that? And now you're saying that to Lisa? And Lisa's like, okay. And she's like, just kidding.
But it's not kidding because you did it.
But you did do that already.
You did do that.
So
I'm
wondering
funny. If Lisa does Lisa know that?
Yeah, but that part wasn't disclosed to her.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Lisa's like, you've been a bit lost since your breakup with James. And then she's like, do you still love him? And Raquel cries. And I felt for Raquel in that moment. I have to say though, Raquel savagely dumped James. She like did that at the reunion and handed the ring back to him at the reunion. Like, you savagely dumped that man.
Well, they were technically broken up before the reunion. They just made it public at the reunion.
Still.
But there was like, I think the night before.
Yeah, it was pretty soon. And
it was like, I think it was the literal night before.
Yeah, like she did it pretty savagely. I don't blame her. He's a piece of shit and he still treats her like shit.
Yeah.
But, you know, I do feel for Raquel because he gave her no choice, sort of a thing. Like, she wanted him to love her in the way she deserves to be loved, and he didn't. And she left him no choice, so she left him, and that was a strong decision. And so she cries because even when she broke up with him, instead of him being like, wow, let me reflect on this, I lost the love of my life, he's like, watch me replace you real quick. And
and you know what?
That,
I agree with all of that, except for I'm going to be a bitch. I don't care now because of everything else that happened right after that scene.
Yeah.
I'm not going to care. I felt for her for like a smidge, I will admit, for a smidge. And then her behavior for the rest of this episode just makes me I'm like, fuck. You know what? I'm glad DJ James Kennedy has a new younger thing. How about that? How about that?
I love Lisa sharing the napkin that Raquel is crying with her, like she's blotting her eyes too with it. And then when they're done crying, Lisa's like, okay, but change this place setting out because we cried with it. Idiot. Katie and Ariana meet this woman named Jamie, who also has a podcast. And Jamie, they look this location for, what's it called? Something About Her.
Yeah, Something About Her.
And Katie looks amazing in this slate gray dress with like, I don't know what that is. It's like
Katie's doing single life really well.
Yes,
like that is how you do it. She's she's the opposite of what Raquel is doing. And so is Lala too. Like Lala looks great.
Yeah, absolutely. Ariana's not looks different this season to me. She looks tired.
Yeah, she does look tired, but I think we touched on it last week. She's going to have like a hard season. So I don't know if she knows like maybe her.
I have to say, I'm going to say something maybe controversial. She's not getting any fucking support from Tom. All she does is support Tom.
I agree.
Her whole relationship is, Tom, wow, look at your outfit. Tom, wow, look at your stuff you do. And he's just barely asks how she's doing.
I'm happy she's doing this sandwich shop with Katie. And I'm happy that that's going to make her I feel like she needs a friend because Scheana's not being a real,
ever.
Scheana, I would like Ariana to really reevaluate her friendship with Scheana. Like, has Scheana ever really been a good friend to you?
And remember, I think it's the season 4 where they get in a fight with Scheana because Scheana was talking shit about Tom to Ariana's mom.
Yeah. Okay. I just Scheana doesn't have boundaries. That's her problem. She doesn't have boundaries.
Katie's like, the restaurant industry is in my blood. And they show these amazing flashback photos of her as like a kid working in the restaurant with like braces.
Oh.
So cute. But this is going to be a sandwich shop that serves drinks. So basically,
I like that.
It's counter service with booze.
Yeah, I like that. I like sandwich and I like a little drink. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Casual.
I'm sorry. I'm just going to be kind of bitchy. It's been done. Absolutely. This is not a new concept. It's just, you're not going to have servers. You're going to have counter service, and they're going to take this is not a brand new concept at all.
No, it's not.
Not
but
at all.
I probably will go.
Also, well, of course we're going. We're going.
We're going. We're going to be on the line.
None of this is a brand new concept.
No, not
very
at all.
much been done, and also really good luck getting the alcohol permit because that's also very hard to do.
Yeah.
Schwartz's dark apartment in Valley Village. My God, the poor camera people. They're like, so where do we go?
Yeah,
want us to stand?
I mean, he still has money. I don't know why he didn't get like a better apartment. You know what I mean? Like with light.
It's actually not that bad. It's just that there's it's covered in boxes.
Yeah, maybe that's why. Because I feel like you need light, and it did feel so dark in there.
Yeah, God. He's looking at his phone, and Lala texts him to congratulate him on Schwartz and Sandy's, and Scheana comes over. And Schwartz is all hungover because he says he was up until 4 a.m. with this woman named Jo. And he was rumored to be hooking up with this woman.
So, okay, I was on TikTok today after I watched the episode. So I'm confused. Is Jo the girl that is that the girl that is rumored to be his girlfriend.
That's
is
what
that
I thought.
because I'm gonna get the name. I want to get the name right. Morgan, on TikTok.
Morgan P. Press or whatever.
Yeah, she actually had like I guess some kind of a scoop that like that girl has been going around saying that that's Tom is her boyfriend, but Tom is saying no, that's not the case. I think they're just hooking up, but
yeah,
that is the girl. Okay, I wanted to make sure it's the same person.
This was like a couple months ago now that came out.
Oh, and apparently the girl. So this is where this is the part that got messy when this is from Morgan that I'm getting this information from. She's saying that girl was Kristen Doute's best friend.
Yes.
And then she cut herself off from Doute once Tom and her got like start hanging out. Like, so she's no longer friends with Doute because she like wanted to pursue a thing with Tom. And she was more so friends with Katie because of Kristen. So, and they knew, and she knew Tom and Katie as a couple. So again, this is now becoming a pattern with Schwartz. Like, they made an agreement that they would stay away from friends, and I just don't understand why that's a hard concept for him. Like, why can he not find someone that is not anywhere in their friendship lives at all? Like, I don't understand it.
And he's like, I was up till 4 a.m. I'm like, well, we know what you were doing.
Yeah, like,
come on, dude.
Like,
come on. Yeah. Nothing makes me feel better than when I actually do my makeup and feel like a person. However, I'm not complete until I fix my little stubby hands and get a manicure. But I am now converted to at-home manicures. I never thought I'd say that. I was a Gel X girl through and through, salons all day, every day. I do miss my man Lewis, but you know what? He'll live. But Olive & June's Mani system and press-on nails have converted me. I am an at-home nail salon girl now. The Olive & June Mani system has everything you need in one box for a salon quality manicure. You have up to 6 polishes to choose from. The polish doesn't chip and lasts 7 days or more, and it breaks down to like $2 a manicure. First of all, never thought I could ever make my right hand look good because I'm right-handed, and whenever I use my left hand, it's like a child learning to write for the first time. But the applicator on the Olive & June polish is idiot-proof. So now I don't have to make an appointment. Whenever I have that minute to do my nails, I take it because I am busier than ever with these episodes lately. And as much as I love the Mani system, I am a press-on nail Olive & June convert because like I said, I was a Gel X girl. And these look just like the Gel X. They look real, they're sturdy, they're durable, they last so long. They have tons of sizes in each kit, so you can find the one that fits you perfectly. They're not damaging. When I tell you what that Gel X did to my real nails, I mean, the kit actually comes with the nail strengthening serum that you put on. So they do really care about keeping your real nails looking and feeling good. And the best part is, a fraction of the price. The only reason I do not have my nails done right now is because my birthday is this weekend and I want my nails looking as fresh as possible. Visit oliveandjune.com/SSBravo for 20% off your Mani system. That's oliveandjune.com/SSBRAVO for 20% off your Mani system. So they start the podcast. It's really funny to watch this because, like, if you listen to the episode, it's weird to, like, watch it being made, knowing that there were, like, cameras there.
Yeah.
So they play Fuck, Marry, Kill, and he's marrying Raquel, fucking Lisa, and killing Lala.
I thought he would definitely say marry Lisa, fuck Raquel, and kill Lala. But
oh, really?
I thought that's what he was, because he's always saying like how much he loves Lisa, so I thought he would want to marry her.
Oh, I knew he was going to say marry Raquel. Oh, I knew he was. I knew it was coming. So, of course, Scheana is like, let's talk about the divorce. And what's annoying about Sheena's energy to me is that it's exploitative. It's like...
It is.
It's like, let me get the scoop ASAP for the pod. And I don't really give a shit about how you feel about it because even he doesn't seem excited to talk about it.
Yeah, the thing is, she keeps acting as if she's acting in Schwartz's best interest, that she cares about Schwartz and how like him moving on and his feelings, but she doesn't. You're so dead on with that. It feels very exploitative.
It's a hard word to say.
And I just feel like if you had any respect for Schwartz, any respect for Katie, you would make sure, even though it's just Schwartz on the show, you still would tell Katie, like, we're going to be talking about your divorce. Like, you're talking that Katie's still a part of it. You're talking about her divorce. Yeah. It's wrong to not even tell her that that's what's going to be happening.
Yeah.
Boundaries.
He literally doesn't want to talk about it, is like squirming. And then he goes, all right, let's go back to Raquel.
Yeah.
Say what?
I know.
Let's go back to Raquel. So this makes it very clear that Scheana has already been, this has been brewing. There's already a dynamic going on.
Yeah, she's definitely, this isn't the first time she's brought this up to Schwartz. She's working overtime and it's fucking weird.
And there's clearly a dynamic. But here's what I'm going to say. Scheana heard, well, I'm also going to put it this, they're in Vegas. Scheana loved that there was this rumor about Raquel and Schwartz making out at Coachella because Sheena's got this little protege in Raquel.
Yeah.
And so she probably threw that out there just to see what Katie would say.
Right.
And Katie doesn't want to give drama to that. So she's like, whatever, I support it. Like, whatever, because she's coming off talking about making out with her high school friend.
Yeah.
Scheana was hoping she would say that because she was already planning on doing it anyway.
And it's so funny because Scheana, it's so weak, her like evidence of like of Katie saying it was okay, like giving her blessing. That's such a fucking stretch. It was so laughable. It's just so laughable. You mentioned a rumor to Katie in Vegas in an atmosphere that wasn't a real sit down one-on-one, like let's flesh out a conversation. It's like probably over drinks. And she's just trying not to be bitter and like be, you're just putting on that front. You're trying to be like, whatever, I'm cool. I'm not. I'm sure the rumor bothered Katie. Is she going to sit there and cry to you, Scheana, about it? No, she's just going to she's trying not to give it life because it's probably already festering and bothering her. And she tried to like joke it off. Mm-hmm. No, she didn't really mean it. And even if you did think that legitimately, which I don't, Scheana, I think you're fucking full of shit and lying. I don't think you ever thought that. I don't think you cared. You heard one little thing and ran with it because you already knew what you wanted to do and what we're going to do regardless. And she's saying now, Katie is saying now, she does not want that. She is not comfortable, so everyone should back the fuck off. Schwartz should back the fuck off. Raquel should back the fuck off. And Scheana, you really should have no business being here at all.
Okay?
So back the fuck off.
Fuck off. I'm so fucking pissed.
Fucking bitch. God damn, Scheana, she is so like fucking annoying. Her and her fucking dumb ass fiance husband, go back down under. I don't fucking want to see you guys anymore. You're fucking annoying me, a friend of. Sorry.
No, we can do that as many times as we need to because I'm heated about it.
I do like her haircut. It looks good on her.
That's
the only positive.
Really she does look great.
She looks great.
She looks great. She looks wonderful.
She looks great. Still a bitch.
You guys should see Pia's face. You're missing out. You're not watching this video version of this. Okay. She's like, so there's a rumor that you and Raquel made out at Coachella. Would you make the rumors true? And fucking Schwartz. He's like, oh, who knows? Did you see that he pled the fifth when he was asked how many times?
Yeah, I saw that, you fucking freak. Up? Yeah, because I'm sure that they did hook up more than once.
And I think, you were right, by the way. They do kiss at the wedding.
Yeah, I because I was like looking at it.
Me
they
too.
Look
like they're all in white.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So James and Allie go into SUR. And some producer told Lisa to definitely go up to James and say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry about Graham," to create some drama. But I love that fucking James thought that she was saying sorry about Graham because he can't see Graham.
I know. He's like, I know.
As if that's why she would be like, "I'm so sorry about Graham."
This is the second time Lisa has had great timing with people thinking that there's like two different conversation happening. Yes. And I hope this is a trend and I hope it continues because Lisa so far is crushing it.
Yeah, this is finally found the perfect way to use Lisa because usually she's like stunting the flow, but this way she's like keeping it moving really well.
Yeah.
And so of course he's like, "I'm going to talk to Raquel." So stops Raquel and is like, "So what the fuck's going on with Graham?" And I love the way she looks at Lisa and she's like, "I would have rather him not known." And she's like, "Oh, well, I'm going to go."
That's like, that was perfect. Lisa's like, well, too late. Bye.
So James pulls her outside and like she says what happens, which is so sad because obviously Graham is freaking out. Like that's what the hardest part about breakups are is like the dog is losing it. Like the dog is sad. He had to go to a boarding place for a minute while she moved. And so James is crying and in his goddamn confessional, he's like, "Really? She wouldn't think to tell me. I'm not going to say the D or the S word."
I knew exactly what the fuck he was saying.
I didn't. I did. I was like, what is it? You knew?
Because remember last season, everyone was giving him shit for calling her stupid and dumb during that fucking game they were playing at Sandoval and Ariana's.
I forgot that was I forgot that like those were the D's and the S words. Like I forgot that like those were the words.
Yeah, that was like when he got like the biggest like backlash, I feel, because it was really mean. It was like, you're so stupid.
He was so mean.
That was really mean, but you know, Raquel's on my shit list, so go ahead. Go off, James.
I'm trying to cue up the stupid clip of Scheana being like, when she did that interview recently where she's like, "I just wanted to, she said Scheana shit." Was that on page 6?
I don't know what the fuck you just did, but I loved every minute of it.
That stupid clip of her being like, "Katie was the one who said she would be so cool with it." Like that stupid clip of her.
I don't think that Katie said that she was going to be so cool with it. And again, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe she did. Again, she was just like, people say things that they don't mean all the time. She doesn't think that you're going to go and like literally put them together, Scheana. She didn't say, "Scheana, I hope that you go set Raquel and Tom up." Like,
and what that means is, honestly, what that fucking means is that you were already planning on doing it. That's why you planted that in there, and we're just looking for a little thing. Like you were already doing it. Like that was already on your agenda. Yeah. And you just prepped her to like, you like prompted her to say that so you could be like, "See, she said it. She said it already." So like, I already got her to say it.
Scheana's not a friend to anybody. And when is Charlie coming through?
Yeah, she's like not even on this show.
Yeah, like it's been 3 fucking episodes. Like I need Charlie to make a fucking appearance because I feel like I want Charlie to be like, maybe it is going to happen, but I really would like Charlie to become friends with like Lala and Katie because I feel like she could, because she doesn't like Scheana. I feel like they could really, and she's really good at reading people.
Yes.
That girl. So I'd be like,
maybe that's why she's not. They're like, she's too good.
Like, I feel like Katie needs to recruit Charlie because that'd be a great ally to have, especially since dynamics are changing.
I agree. All right. Schwartz and Sandy's. Question: why is there not staff there training? Staff should be there fucking training. Like there's like nothing happening. They have a month to open. Mm-hmm. But now people think they're open. So there's people like walking in. Back of house staffing is really hard to find. This is very true. After COVID, it's become like next to impossible. But they talk about like how Matt the bartender was drinking. And of course, Sandoval and Schwartz are like, "That's not that big a deal."
Yeah, like they're like, "That's going to happen. We know."
Yeah. Especially Sandoval's like, that's what the restaurant industry is.
Like that's going to happen as long as he can do his job and just kind of be on the low with it. Like that's not going to be a deterrent for me. Like
I just want to know, how did they even find this Greg guy? Like he just doesn't seem aligned with them at all in terms of like business or vibe.
This isn't I personally feel like if they get some money, they should just buy him out.
Yeah.
Because they don't seem to vibe at all. And I'm not saying that to say that this man isn't good at what he does, but I still think you have to have for example, Lisa and Ken have Guillermo and Natalie, and they vibe really well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great guy's a dick.
He's a dick and he doesn't respect them, and they don't have the same vision. So I just think that at some point they should think about buying him out.
Agreed. Katie, Lala, and Raquel dinner. Here we go. So here's my number one problem.
Yeah.
Raquel, you agreed to go to dinner to film a scene with Katie. So what does that mean? You're cool with her? You're cool. You want to be on camera with her? Meanwhile, you're gonna make out with Schwartz?
That's what this is why I was already like annoyed going into this season of kind of with the whole Raquel thing, because I remember months ago I saw Katie and her hanging out like it seemed like they were friends, like on their stories and stuff. So it was just so crazy to me that they hooked up, because I was like, wait, I just saw you guys hanging out. So that's weird. It's very weird.
I am so confused. So Lala's like, look, ever since Raquel and I both broke up with our men, I can see like there's something going on up there now. So now that's why we're cool. Okay, fine. I did not know there was an app you can communicate with your ex, but I guess that kind of makes sense if you're in a really contentious. It's like it's all like encoded and like whatever.
I want to see what that looks like though.
Me too.
I'm
absolutely
curious.
Yeah. So it's like, I bet it's like all recorded and goes to like a court or something. But Katie talks about picking up the dogs and Schwartz talking about Scheana's podcast. So I'm like amazed that this is like, I did not realize this was how this all went down. That Raquel was privy to Katie saying she's not cool with what went down on that podcast.
Yeah, so she decided to that's even worse.
So I was like, okay, so she's like, I'm not cool. Like here, like she's saying that, you know, she's trying to hook you and Schwartz up, and Lala's like, wait, what? And then Lala's like, wait, is that true? And Raquel's like, yeah, like she's trying to do that. And they're like, what? Oh my God, that's crazy. I can't believe that. And then Lala goes, what do you say? No? And Raquel's like, I'm like, haha, no, never, you know?
Like that was she was lying so hard.
And then I think about it more. I do like Schwartz a lot. I was like, this isn't happening. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't ever date him seriously though. Pia, I'm like, the restraint Katie had.
Yeah. I'm sure there was like a pit in her stomach when she said that, because she's like, no, this is actually, because at first I'm sure she was just like mad at Scheana for even like thinking that was a possibility. But to hear that Raquel actually thinks that maybe she could see herself doing that, I think that would have been where a pit in my stomach would have happened, because I'm like, this is happening. This is what they're doing this season. They're going to do this to me this season. Like, she's like, Katie is, she's in a place where she's like in a good place with Schwartz right now. She's dating. Everything is kumbaya, and they're like wrecking it for her. She's just like, why is this happening?
Wow. But then Lala, like, she's like, hold on. I get messy, but I wouldn't even do that shit. And Katie says to Raquel's face, I'm not ready to see that. And Raquel says, if I did entertain that, it wouldn't be like fucking.
No. No, bitch.
You are fucking dead to me, Raquel. You are fucking dead to me.
That's why I'm sorry. Like, it was really hard to even say I had any empathy at the top of this pod for her, because everything she did after that first moment talking about Graham was so despicable and disgusting that I just can't. I have zero empathy for her moving forward. I do.
Then when, okay, so she goes, so, okay. If you were able to look at the ex-wife's face and say, I mean, I do like your ex-husband, that's fucking nuts. That's like fucking crazy.
I feel like everyone is acting like they dated for a month and they just broke up. They were together for 12 years and were also married for 5. And they, by the way, I don't even know if they've signed divorce papers yet. They're in the process of getting divorced. And it's not been that long. It's not like it's been 5 years since they've been divorced, and Katie, like, and you know, it's just odd that no one is giving them that space to breathe.
And when people say she can't control Tom, well, I don't care. If you think that if you would do what Raquel is doing, you're a shady fucking bitch.
Yeah, don't be friends with anybody who thinks that's...
People, I have people commenting on that thing like, oh, well, you know, I respected her honesty. And I'm actually replying like, that's nasty.
I know, I read all of them. I read every last. I saw the nasty one. Nasty. You a nasty girl.
Nasty. That's gross. Because that's gross. Who wants to be that woman? Who wants to be the woman? Like, I'm sorry, it's too close. Because here's the thing. This is a show. This is a cast. Even if you're not friends, you have to be together no matter what. And that's why it's like, of all the people, don't pick within this bubble.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, I got to see them next season, the season after that, the season after that. Pick anyone but this bubble.
We're not in high school anymore.
I'll even let him have Joe. Go ahead. Have Kristen's friend, because she's not on the show. It's different when you are going to force me to film scenes with this person. She doesn't have to see Joe anymore. Fine.
That's true.
But she's got to show up to events and see this person. That's the difference. That's what she's saying.
And it's like, yeah, and then this is the first season of Vanderpump Rules since the inception that Tom and Katie are not together. Mm-hmm. And wow. And what you're doing is making Katie feel like you're replacing, like, their dynamic. That's fucking weird. I don't know if Raquel is projecting because she feels like James has replaced her, so she wants to be the replacement, like the next person.
No, I'll tell you what she's fucking doing. She can't be in pageants anymore, so her ass is making sure she's got reality television going for her. That's what her thirsty fucking bitch is doing. I'm so mad at her for that. Just because post with Schwartz, just because it's Schwartz and Sandy's.
Oh, and I don't really love Stassi, but I love her for TV. But I was really happy when Stassi entered the chat.
Oh, what did she do? I didn't see.
Oh, yeah, she commented on that picture. And she was like, I know no one wants to hear my opinion. And then, like, I think she, like, put, like, ... And then Katie replied, what, do you I don't know what you've done to me, but can I get a Pinot Grigio is what Katie, like, finished it with. And then everyone was, like, commenting, like, we do want to know. Because I'm like, I was like, I want to know, too. I want you to go off on this bitch. Like, Stassi Schroeder style. Like, go off on her. Like,
this is... because like you're either a Scheana girl or you're not, and I'm not a Scheana girl. So if you think all this shit's cute,
well, I mean, look how we got introduced to Scheana. She was the mistress,
and we were supposed to feel bad for her.
We were. Brandy had her right.
I'm fucking pissed. All right.
She doesn't have respect for marriages. So
please,
there you go.
Right there we go. Have I ever told you guys that I tried to launch an online store? Sure did. Built a whole thing out on Shopify. Took me forever. Took a whole course. And I kept hearing over and over and over again that the number one reason for abandoned shopping carts was the cost of shipping. I truly wish I had known about ShipStation because ShipStation feels like it just streamlines all of it. First of all, you can handle all your orders from every marketplace on one dashboard. So it integrates everywhere you sell online. So Amazon, Etsy, Shopify, eBay, and more all in one simple dashboard. And you can automate routine shipping tasks. You can print shipping labels. And you can easily compare rates and delivery times to optimize every shipment. That would have saved me so much anxiety because every time I thought about getting an order, I was paranoid that I was going to be paying too much for shipping. Okay. I just think this is unreal. Another thing you can do is you can automate delivery notifications and, as if this wasn't enough, enterprise solutions that make warehouse optimizations easy. So ShipStation scales when you do. So as you start to get bigger and getting more orders, it scales with your company. I mean, okay, where was this company when I was starting out? You get up to 84% off USPS and UPS rates. Then you can use my promo code to try ShipStation free for 2 months. Keep growing your business all year long with ShipStation. Use promo code SheSpeaks at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 60-day trial. That's ShipStation.com, promo code SheSpeaks. So unfortunately then, here's where I'm going to flip because I do have experience in AA from a very long time ago. And what Lala did here is not AA approved. Okay? If you're making amends and owning up to your bad drunk behavior, you don't do it like this.
Yeah, that was not great timing.
Because the bummer is what she's done is make now Raquel vengeful.
Yeah.
And now she's going to take it out on Katie. Now she's going to take it out on Katie.
I agree with that because when Lala was saying to Raquel, like, I wouldn't even do that. That's so messy. I was like, yeah, you did. You did do that.
I'm like, abort. Don't do that.
You absolutely did do that. And I understand what she's saying is she wouldn't do that now. As a sober person, and alcohol was like, that's why she's not, And I get that. But that's not the message Raquel received. I mean, she kind of did, but not really. All she's hearing is like, you're gonna chastise me, but you actually fucked my boyfriend when we were together. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no. So now it's like, what I'm doing is fine.
Yeah, and it's because here's also the thing. It is very different because Lala didn't even really know you at the time. Like, she didn't know you. She James and Lala already had kind of a dynamic. Like, you guys were brand new in relationships, so that's why they hooked up. You're saying to Katie's face that you would make out with her ex-husband. Yeah. That's disgusting.
Was Raquel in the picture when Katie and Schwartz got married? I can't remember.
Yeah,
because that means she probably she was probably at their wedding.
No, because James was not invited to the wedding. He was very salty about that.
Oh, okay, I forgot.
He was not invited to the wedding. Lala is like, she finished after Lala says all that. She's like, "Is this going to change where we're at?" Lala.
Okay, I did laugh when she said that because it was one of those things. She was like, oops. It was like, but then maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Raquel does not have the balls. She's like, no, I'm more upset about him falling in love with Allie so soon than that. I'm like, well, you're going to do what Scheana does because Sheena's taught you, and you're going to go be a confessional thug. Yeah. And do exactly what you did and be like, really, Lala? But not in scene. No, in scene, you're going to be a little mouse.
Yeah, because you
fucking respect that.
Well, she's doing a great job being little mini Scheana.
Little mini Scheana.
Sucking, suckity suck bitch.
Ugh. All right. Now we're at Tom and the Most Extras rehearsal.
Okay. This is where I love James.
I love James. James came through. James came through. But here's what pissed me. I'm going to go back to just ripping on Sandoval. He's like, last year when Schwartz and Sandy's hit a lull, that's not what happened. You abandoned the business when it needed you.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a restaurant opening hitting a lull. You do not go, when you're opening a restaurant, your life stops. Nothing else happens. And even until you open, even for like a year after that, you kind of don't leave.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. So there's no such thing as hitting a lull. What was the lull? What lull?
He got bored.
You created the lull.
Yeah, exactly. He did.
So that's fucked up. And then he's singing. I mean, I've seen the show. I was there. And then it's crazy because they refer to the night that I was there.
So
That's the night I was there.
So that is, okay. So I was trying to think if because you would have told me if you filmed.
Yeah, no.
Because I was, so it was the night that James met
Allie. That's the night I
Allie.
was there. Yeah.
Okay.
So James comes in and he's like, yeah, this is spending a lot of money and having a lot of fun. And he should honestly be more worried about getting Schwartz and Sandy's open and not playing with a 14-person orchestra.
Like, he was giving me so many memorable lines. He was like, his gold-plated bongos in the corner.
Like, are you mad?
like it's so true.
James was really funny on Watch What Happens Live, too, with Iggy Azalea.
I watched it, and Sean and I watched it together, and I was very annoyed with Iggy because I was like, you're getting in James's way. She's a mess. She's a hot mess.
She's a fucking mess.
I was like, we were so annoyed with Iggy. We're like, can she, like, she's like, I was like, I actually think we could have just did it with just James
solo.
And the guest bartender was doing it better.
Was hilarious.
I was like, switch him out.
She
like,
make Iggy the bartender.
Yes, she was getting in the way of everything.
She kept just cussing and not making sense. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
move along.
Like, this is not your OnlyFans. Like,
and then when Andy had her like do an OnlyFans moment, it was just awkward.
Yeah, because he said, first of all, she's not listening because Andy clearly asked, pretend like I am one of the guys that is asking you to talk to me.
Instead, she didn't.
No, she didn't. She was like, this is what, like, they say. No, that's not what she doesn't know how to play games.
She's good. She's bad.
She didn't know how to play the games at all. She was taking too long.
Yes. Taking
for
too long.
For everything. She was creating, like, I was like, I could tell Andy was like, why did we book her?
Ugh. Like, thank God for James.
I know. James was getting annoyed. Like even at the top, like, she, like, trying to figure out the dynamics was like, okay, so you don't watch the show because this is like, and that's fine. There's plenty of guests that come on and that have not watched the show, but, like, get out of the way then. Like, you're making this really hard.
Hurry it up. You're so annoying.
Sorry.
No, that was very, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
Like a total, like, it was just like, we're on a good flow here, and then you brought her in.
Yeah.
She must have already been booked or something, like, way ahead of time.
Yeah. Never again. Never put her back on that show.
No. But it was so funny hearing James talk about how he's like, this is the night I met my girl Allie. It was a magical night. I'm like, I was there, and bro, it was not a magical night that you met her. Okay, I watched as you let her be not allowed backstage. Like, you watched as she was begging to be allowed backstage, and you were like, I don't know her. And
that's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, but I mean, he needs to have a person.
Yeah.
He needs to have a person.
She pursued that. Okay.
Well, my theory is that the people that she was with, like, wanted her, like, they want to be around this cast.
Yeah.
And so they were like, perfect. Like, James needs someone. And, like, it's all very, social climby, star fuckery type of shit.
Yeah.
So, okay, Scheana goes to Raquel's, and fun fact, guys, Pia lives right near Raquel.
Yes, I do, because it was so funny when because I had a sneaking suspicion that I might live near her from the last episode, and because they're in North Hollywood, and so there's only, like, especially, like, these type of apartment buildings, they're in the same area. So when Scheana, they did the exterior where I could really see, and I was like, that's my fucking block. Like, I walk Penn up and down past that apartment every damn day. Like, every day. I just did it this morning. Like,
we should go fuck Raquel up, bitch.
So yeah, she literally lives on the next block on my same street. And then when they were walking around, they are stopped like right next to like, because my building is really big, right next to my building. They're like, I'm like, okay, I know. I can see everything. I was like, I've never seen any cameras. I'm outside all the time, I feel like. I was like, I've never seen any goddamn cameras.
Just give me 1 second. I'm going to go put my dogs away.
I didn't hear them, just to let you know.
Well, I can hear them when I edit.
Oh, okay.
All right. Well, speaking of, Scheana goes to Raquel's and she's like, there's this TikTok trend called a hot girl walk. I was like waiting for it to make sense. I was like, and what is it? It's like where we walk and talk about our goals. I'm like, did you guys do that?
The goal was Schwartz. That's their biggest goal of 2022, I guess, at that time.
This is when I realized, though, I was like, oh, this explains everything. She's like, I've been like a big sister to Raquel. When she broke up with James, I've been doing everything with her. I'm like, got it. This is the problem. You've ruined her.
Yeah.
I wish Ariana had taken her under her belt.
Yeah.
That would have been better.
Yeah.
Because
it really would have.
You've given her really bad advice.
I was really excited for Raquel's single life, especially when I was seeing her hanging out with like Katie and like a new group of girls. I was like, they're like taking her in. I was like, that's so nice. I was like, good for her. She's going to have like a support system, and she could have. And it seemed like they were willing to do that, and Scheana ruined it for her. She exploited her.
Yep.
She's a fucking user. Stay away from Scheana, guys.
Scheana,
cautionary tale.
She's like, did you know that you live 3 minutes from Schwartz? You know what? We were going to go over there in pregame before Tom's show. You should join us. All right, whatever. So Sheena's like, speaking of Schwartz, he did my podcast. And Raquel's like, yeah, I know. Katie wasn't happy. You can see Scheana immediately panic.
Yes.
She's like, how did she know? Oh my God. It's like, well, because like Schwartz and Katie talk.
Yeah, like it's not. I understand that a lot of people, when they get divorced, it is contentious. They at that time were in a good place. So yes, they're communicating.
Let's not forget, Katie wasn't going to be invited to Sheena's wedding, but Schwartz was. And the only reason that changed was because Lisa was like, Scheana, you can't be that big of a bitch.
Right. And that we're talking about for her first wedding.
For her first wedding, not this current one coming up.
Her first one. That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
And
Season 3.
Again, because watching season 3 again, I wouldn't have if I hadn't rewatched it, I wouldn't have remembered how much Scheana was obsessed with Schwartz. And this narrative that they're best friends, and like she didn't have boundaries with Tom and Katie then saying that like, Schwartz like can't come because I'm here, like we're friends, like she should be allowed. Like no, she has no boundaries, and she's just been waiting like a little troll in the corner, waiting for Schwartz to like be single so she can have her best friend back. Like, you guys weren't best friends, you fucking weirdo. Like, you had met him that year. You're so fucking weird.
Where's this such a hate recap right now?
I know, they're like, you're so mean.
But a love of the show, but like the reason, like the hatred of Scheana is like resurfaced because it's okay.
It lied dormant for a while for me.
It did because last season I was like last season we had Brock to deal with.
Yeah, Brock.
And the whole season was a mess.
And she had that baby, and so you were like, moms, and baby is adorable, by the way. Her baby is so cute.
Really, really cute. But no, this is the desperation on it. There's no growth from Scheana. And honestly, when we get to the season, when we're doing our throwback recaps, when we get to the season where she fucks up with Shay, and it's bad. Like, I'm shocked that more people aren't upset about it. But this is okay. So she is going to. Raquel's like, hold on, let me get my notes together. She tells Scheana that Katie doesn't like that Scheana is putting Raquel on Tom. That is the most confusing sentence. She tells Scheana that Katie doesn't like that Scheana is pushing Raquel on Tom. We get the gist of what's happening in this scene.
Yeah.
So Scheana has no spine and immediately does what I said at the top of this episode from that tweet. And she's like, I'm not pushing. I just asked because I know you've said like, oh, you know, we haven't made out yet. What do you mean Raquel has said that? What does that fucking mean?
No. And if she did say it, it was probably a joke from the rumor that got, you know, it's like she's like taking
so
like
now you're
slivers
putting
of
it on
truth.
Raquel?
Yeah, no. I don't think that Raquel, honestly, I truly blame this whole thing on Scheana in the sense of like,
Yep.
Okay, I know before anybody comes at me in the comments, Schwartz and Raquel have minds of their own. So yes,
Absolutely.
They're
so we will get to them. We will get to them.
We will get to them. So just give me this
Give
moment.
us a minute.
Yeah. So they're not off the hook. I just want to point out though that this idea, how we got here is all because of Scheana. And I feel like if she hadn't introduced it, then this wouldn't have existed. I don't think that they would have naturally done that. I think that they got both of them. She planted seeds in both of their heads. It grew. They're also awful people. And here we are.
And so here she goes. She goes, and Katie was the one, by the way, when we were in Vegas, who was like, I would embrace it. Now I'm going to read the texts that Katie posted in her stories. She says her caption at the top is, back in May after we spoke in Vegas, I told Scheana I wasn't down for this shit. So keep going with this diabolical nonsense. And it says, Scheana had written to her, so was that you putting up a front? And she put, when in public, that's how I present. Meaning probably like, I'm trying to be cool.
Yeah.
Scheana, literally, why would I think you were lying to my face? You were telling me how much happy you are, et cetera, et cetera. So I've been happy for you. Katie, anyway, I just wanted to let you know I tried to RSVP for your wedding, but couldn't. Scheana says, I talked to Shelby and she said you're booked in. You literally told me in Vegas that you want Tom to move on because it'll make it easier for you because you had already. And you encouraged me to push him to move on. Katie says, I want Tom to move on. Of course. That's not really what I'm getting at. So, okay. She says, so that's what I've been doing because that's what you asked of me. She didn't ask that of you. The past few weeks we had Brock's family in town. Now this goes to Scheana. Brock's family in town, B-Day, Mother's Day, a flood twice, travel across country, and just started therapy. I'm not even doing my own wedding planning. It's all mine, then it cuts off. And then Katie writes, I don't need you to help Tom with anything. But then Katie like scribbles out whatever Scheana wrote in response. So I kind of wish she hadn't because I want to know what that was, because whatever she wrote, Katie put a question mark reply to it. And then she wrote, Scheana, get a fucking grip. My life is a fucking mess. And then Scheana writes, I understand that now. When we caught up in Vegas, it was a very different story you gave me. So forgive me for being caught off guard in the moment. I was nothing but support. This is Katie. I was nothing but supportive when you went through your divorce. Scheana, I want to be here for both of you. You're my friends and I love you both. And then this last one. Katie says, you only want to be there for him and you're using him to create drama and I'm not here for it. Scheana writes, I've been stressed as fuck raising a kid, wondering if I still have a job. So I'm sorry I haven't checked in the past few weeks when I was convinced, in all caps, in Vegas that you were so much happier right now. I'm so sorry that's not the case and this is hard. I know how fucking hard it is. I've been there too. And then Katie writes, always making it about you. And then Scheana writes, no, I'm explaining I have empathy for your situation. And Katie writes, you don't.
I just don't know how many different ways Katie can say she does not want this and you're still doing the opposite of what she's saying. She doesn't want you to intervene at all. Stay out of it.
And fine. So Scheana, like, all you had to do was be like, oh my God, I totally misinterpreted that. I'm sorry. I really misinterpreted that. Done. No problem. My bad. But because you keep trying to defend yourself and say all the things, it's proof that you actually made it up in your head completely and you knew that you were being messy and that's why you're having to. And then I have this person in town and I don't have a job and that's why this. It's like, no, you were
deflecting.
Wrong.
Yeah. She just can't take any accountability. And what's worse is that she's trying to make it Katie's fault. You're like, you are the one who created this problem. Like, oh, no, sweetheart. So you're not going to say that I pushed and begged you essentially to put Tom and Raquel, and now I'm crying about it.
Yeah,
I never wanted that.
Katie asked Scheana to do it.
Like, I need you to play matchmaker with Tom. No one fucking asked you to do that, bitch.
Because Raquel's like, Katie made it clear she's not okay with this whatsoever. And Scheana goes, okay, well then she should have never said I would embrace it. Okay, something in passing like that.
Yeah, like the thing is, she can't even. She is so because she. This is her problem. She creates all this big like drama, but she has no backbone, no spine, like you said, and she can't handle it when everyone's looking at her like, you did this, and you're like, no, I didn't do it.
Yeah,
I didn't do it. But then you did do it.
In the same conversation, she'll keep spinning it. It's like she starts with, well, Raquel, you're the one, I did it because you actually said you wanted to do it. So she starts with it being Raquel. Then it's, well, Katie actually was the one who said it. And now it's, well, she's getting upset because I'm doing what she asked of me. Yes, Katie asked you to do this. Then it goes back to, well, I'm not even really doing anything. So you can't even land on it. It's as simple as you saying, well, I fucking misinterpreted that. My bad.
She's just like,
and then even after this conversation, you still do the fucking double date.
That's the thing. And I can't with her. She has no boundaries. She's never had boundaries. She's constantly just trying to have moments on TV at the expense of her friends.
And then her confessional, she's like, this is what happens when people get divorced. They move on. Deal with it. Wow.
Say that to Katie. I would love you to.
Wow.
Say it to her face. Say it. I want you to say that exactly verbatim to her fucking face. You wouldn't, because you're a fucking weak sauce bitch.
She fucking knows people move on. She's asked for one simple thing, not a cast member.
You cried over a man who you were never dated that you bought like a fucking, a seal? Some fucking animal?
I just posted that in my thing because someone, what was it? Didn't Scheana hate Dana for hooking up with Brett, who she went on one date with? But it's okay to hook Raquel up with Katie's ex-husband? Okay,
yeah.
Scheana, I see you.
Like, Scheana, you really can't talk about moving on. Like, honey, I watched you chase around that one guy. This is why, by the way. Okay,
pissed.
hold on. This is why part of me is like, are you obsessed with Schwartz? Or do you want to be with Schwartz?
Said that, yeah.
Because remember when Brittany was having like a break from Jax because of the whole cheating thing?
Yeah.
And that cute server, Adam, and she's like, you need to meet Adam. Like, you guys would be great together, and pushing them together. Like, she was so obsessed. And when I think that's why I'm getting that energy again, when she's so obsessively pushing one of her friends on someone, but really she ends up being then once, Jax and Brittany get back together, all of a sudden, she's pursuing Adam.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. Like, a part, like her, like, I do think it's for a storyline, but it's also, I'm like, just, I think she's always had some type of thing for Schwartz, but it's just never worked out. Like, Schwartz has been with Katie this entire time. She was getting married to Shay when they first met, but she, like, now she's with Brock. Like,
you were spot on about the other thing, so I'm listening to Pia about everything now.
Something about this energy feels like she is living vicariously through Raquel because she can't do it herself. It's the only explanation why she's so fucking obsessed.
Mm-hmm. I'm so fucking mad at her. It's so mean. Katie would never have done this to her when she was going through her divorce. Yeah. Say what you want about their relationship and the ups and downs they've had and all the awful times. Katie's treated Scheana horribly during like the wedding planning. And absolutely. That was years ago. At this point, they've moved on. You're taking this is the hardest thing Katie's had to go through.
Yeah.
And Schwartz.
Like, they've literally gone through traumas together, Tom and Katie. Like, this is like very beyond the show, very, very serious what Scheana's doing. And she's putting herself in the middle of a storyline to make sure she's not X'd out of the show. Right. She is. Like, So I think two things can be the same. I think that she has she kind of wants Schwartz and she's doing it through Raquel, and she also needs a storyline. So best of both worlds for her.
And she's promoting her podcast. So like I said in my
the
stories,
stupid fucking shenanigans. Like
two birds, one sellout. I'm so mad. But then Raquel's like, oh, by the way, Lala told me that she had sex with James when we first got together. And that wonderful. It's like that's just like a cherry on top. There's so much happening this season.
Yeah.
There's so many storylines going on this season. It's great. The season's great.
Whew.
So you may have already heard me talk about my friend who is trying to get pregnant this year. Shock to me. Well, she has received her results back from her modern fertility test, and unfortunately her reproductive health is going to be a challenge. Look, hindsight is 20/20, but the lesson is the sooner you can look into your reproductive health, the better. That's why modern fertility was created. This is easy, affordable, it's at home, it's a simple finger prick. You mail that in with the prepaid label, and you get personalized results within 6 business days. You get insight into your hormone levels, like your ovarian reserves, which is if you have more or fewer eggs than average for your age, and other really important factors that can impact your fertility. The results go deep into what each hormone means, and the best part, in my opinion, is you can download these results to review with your doctor for next steps, which is what my friend is going to do. It is not hopeless, it's just going to be a challenge. The traditional hormone testing, you have to go into a fertility clinic and it costs you over $600, but modern fertility tests the same general set of hormones for only $179. And if you go to modernfertility.com/she-speaks, you can get $20 off your test. Plus, you can get reimbursed for the test through FSA/HSA. If you want kids today or maybe one day in the future, clinically sound info about your body can help you make the decision that's right for you. Right now, Modern Fertility is offering our listeners $20 off the test when you go to modernfertility.com/she-speaks. That means your test will only cost $159, which is a fraction of what it would cost at a fertility clinic. Get $20 off your fertility test when you go to modernfertility.com/she-speaks. modernfertility.com/she-speaks. Katie and Lala go on their date. For crying out loud, these guys are such losers.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God. How many times is that guy going to ask if she's drinking or not?
It was comical. How many, you're not listening. She said she's not even she's not drinking tonight. She said she's sober, and she said that very clearly.
I'm sober. I will not drink. If I drink, I'll burn this place down. So you're not drinking tonight? Okay.
That man needed to keep his hat on, because good Lord, when he took that hat off, I was like, put it back on. That hair was terrible.
And then the one guy's like, Finding Dory is way better than Finding Nemo. All right, we got to go. We got to leave.
It was like Dumb and Dumber. They went on they were catfished at that party.
That was horrible.
They met
totally.
They met one guy, and then you're the daylight. It was not the same.
Not the same at all. All right, now we get the park scene where James goes to see Graham, and she asks about the Lala thing, and James can't even eke out an apology without smiling. He's like, I mean, it was only one time. Sorry for what it's worth. God.
He's like, I do not want to do this.
Yeah, he's like, I came to see Graham. She's like, but I was loyal to you our entire relationship. And he's like, okay, I know, Raquel, and now you're dating Peter. So irrelevant.
It was irrelevant. It was irrelevant, but funny how he really tied it in, though.
He always finds a way to flip it. He
does.
He's like, you would come home at night complaining about how bad of a manager Peter is. But now you're dating him. So which one is it?
I know. Were you lusting? Were you lusting for him this whole time?
What are you talking about?
I was like, James, that was a reach beyond reach, but enjoyed the journey. It was a reach. You're full of shit, but enjoyed the trip.
This is the sad part because, as much as I don't think Raquel deserved to be mistreated, she was shown over and over and over again, accusation after accusation, person after person was coming out like, I slept with your boyfriend, I hooked up with your boyfriend, and she's like, I'm choosing not to believe that.
Yeah.
So it's like, you had really every warning. You really did.
I mean, it's not a shock. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think anybody was shocked by...
She's shocked.
I mean, she's...
Look at Raquel over here shocked. Every second someone comes out, she's like,
I mean...
what? I'm like, wow, Raquel, you really didn't believe it?
You know,
Girl.
yeah. I none of us were shocked. Like,
So she managed to live in that much denial that whole relationship.
yeah, she really. I mean, and the thing is, yeah, the glimmer of niceness I'm about to show Raquel, like, no one deserves to be treated like that, and I am happy that she chose herself and, you know, got herself out of that relationship. I don't think that they should have been married, so I think she made the right choice.
Yes.
Every choice that she made after that has been wrong, but yeah.
Yeah. But this is her villain origin story. Here it is. We're watching it. They all just this group just creates villains.
This group does create villains.
It's just, you put them in here, it just creates villains. Because he's like, I don't want to talk about shit from 5 years ago. She's like, well, Lala's the one who brought it up to me now. So that's why I'm talking to you. And it basically means our relationship was built on a foundation of lies. Duh.
Yeah.
Like, we watched it. Like, it seemed like you chose to be okay with it. Like, that's what's baffling to me. I'm like, this is news to you? And so he's like, I don't know what you want me to say. I came to see Graham Cracker. Do you need more closure from this? He was such a dick. Do you need more closure from this? Because it seemed to me you made your decision. You're happy now. She's like, yes, I clearly made the right decision. And then James needs to overcompensate. He's like, same with me. I'm so happy. I'm so happy I didn't marry you. I've never been happier.
Oh.
Wow, James. Yeah, we really believe you now. Oh, okay. So I believe you, James. 100%.
Yeah, 100% believe you.
But this is what makes him good TV, because it's such a ridiculous thing to do, but he thinks he's pulling it off. He's like, right? Don't you guys all believe me? I'm like, yes, totally.
I mean, best character on Vanderpump Rules, hands down.
Like, every scene, you know what you're going to get. He's so ridiculous.
Crazy. Don't date him, though.
No, God.
Don't date him.
Katie's listening to the podcast and getting ready, and Lala calls. Lala keeps referring to Katie as her best friend. So I was like, wow, they really are in that place.
Yeah.
And Katie's like, she's done. She's calling Scheana a troll, an evil little troll. She will be talking to her tonight.
I know. I was like, I can't wait
Me
for
too.
Scheana to get dragged up and down this motherfucking canyon club.
Tom and Ariana. Guess what Tom's doing? Putting on clothes and making Ariana cheer for him.
Yeah.
That's it. And this is where the premeditation for me comes in. And this is what makes me so fucking mad at Scheana. Ariana's like, I was going to pregame over at Schwartz's with Scheana, but apparently there's no room because Raquel's already going over there. And it's like a double date. It would have been so much better if Ariana could have joined. Having Ariana there would have made it way less problematic.
That's the thing. Scheana knew exactly what she was doing. She was hoping to, like, she needed Ariana not to be there because Ariana, she knows Ariana actually is a good person, and she would not even she would probably, if she did see anything weird, she would probably talk to Schwartz and say not a good idea, shut it down early and before feelings start happening. And that's not what that wasn't on Scheana's agenda. And she had to make
Scheana fucking showed up. Scheana showed up knowing it's already a problem. Showed up just to be like, I mean, what am I even doing? It's like, she's mad at me for what? Are you?
It's
I can't.
Scheana. She's so
I can't.
calculated. Like, that was.
I don't know how I'm gonna get through this season, not just like ripping on Scheana the whole time.
God, like, it was. And the conversation in Tom's apartment, so inappropriate too. Like,
oh my god, okay, like this is like the audacity of this fucking scene. Okay. So Scheana, Brock, and Raquel, they get to Schwartz. Raquel's like, oh my god, this place has a lot of potential. I would love to help you put it together.
oh hell no! Oh hell! That was immediately.
Raquel, you fucking bitch. Okay, you fucking bitch! Ugh.
Like, you're not about to play Susie Homemaker over
Get
here.
out of here! I can't!
I'm going to help you put your apartment together. Like, no, you're not.
I'm so...
Come back over here to North Hollywood onto the street we share into your apartment. Up you go.
I'm so mad.
Decorate over there. That's where you live.
Oh my God. And so Schwartz and Scheana are like talk about the podcast and how Katie's mad about it. And Sheena's like, Katie was like, if Schwartz and Raquel want to go there, they have my blessing. I encourage that. You know, I'm getting laid. Schwartz needs to get laid. And so Schwartz is like, wait, she said she's getting laid? And she's like, yeah, her junior high friend. He's like, how do you know they had sex? And she just keeps rubbing it in. She's like, well, she told me. Yeah. And he's like, man, my head, whatever. She's like, oh, sorry.
I was
How
so
is
mad.
this being a friend?
They don't need to know that. Like, that's some little kid shit. Like, he was married to her. Scheana, like, Schwartz was married to Katie. It wasn't a perfect marriage, but they were married and they loved each other and they still do. Doesn't matter if they're divorced or getting divorced. Like, he does not want to hear Katie had sex with somebody, and especially, and she did that to say the junior high friend because that must mean that
like someone he knows, someone he's seen, someone he's maybe wondered about.
Yeah, like I saw what she did there. That was dirty as fuck.
We're so, like, guys, if you like Scheana, I'm sorry, you may not want to listen to anymore.
Oh, we're like, I already know if we have people who love Scheana, they're gonna fucking hate this podcast.
They're gonna hate
and guess
this
what?
podcast.
I hope you do because you're fucking like your fucking fan favorite is a fucking dirty. You heard it here first.
We're in so much trouble. I
give a fuck.
Guys, I'm sorry. I rarely get like this, but I'm hard. I'm
not apologizing. I'm unapologetically and drag me all you want.
I'm fine. I'm going there too. I'm going, like, I rarely get to have this much fun in my opinions, but I'm going there. Okay. I feel like Sheena's someone who's been like bullying me all this time, and I haven't been able to like say my piece, and I'm not gonna hold back anymore
because she's trying to act like I'm some dumb hoe over here watching Vanderpump Rules. Like, I don't know the fuck she's doing.
Okay.
At least all of my other villains on the show have the high moral ground to tell me that that's what the fuck they're doing.
Exactly. If you're gonna villain, be honest about it. Like when
Stassi was bullying Scheana, she was like, "I'm bullying Scheana," and I was like, oh, "You are."
And they all have had to answer for their shit. All of them have had to, unfortunately, answer for their shit. Scheana gets away with it all the time, and that's what makes me the most crazy.
This season, Scheana is the fucking villain. She was the villain, and this is justice because she was also the villain for season 3. I don't think she got enough
She
smoke
never
for
gets
that.
She never gets any smoke. She always is like, I'm the it's me and poor me. I'm the one who everyone picks on. No, you never ever take accountability. Ugh. I'm so pissed off.
Gonna start a petition.
Yes.
And the petition is that we all agree that
Scheana's the villain of this season.
That's all I want.
That's all I want.
We just make it clear.
We mutually decide on
I would like her title when, like, the credits roll, villain.
Like, yes. Like when it goes down.
Yeah.
So Schwartz goes, man, getting laid just feels weird. Then he looks at Raquel and says, how do you feel about getting laid? And she becomes a different person. She like turns into like the sexual. She goes, I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, girl, get me into. Oh, it's fucking on.
Yeah. And, again, I'm not letting. Schwartz is not a victim here, but.
Schwartz, you too. What the fuck are you doing, Schwartz?
Like.
What the fuck are you doing right now?
You
Stop entertaining this.
You know what's going on here. And I know you're probably upset because you heard Katie's getting laid and you're like, whatever. But no, stop letting these girls play you like this.
You are completely feeding into this. It's been happening for a minute, clearly, because while he's looking for clothes, there's Scheana over there talking to Raquel. And she's like, here's what I'm going to say. I'm sorry your feelings were hurt. Fuck you, Scheana. That's not an apology. Okay. That's not an apology at all. And then Scheana says, I'm really just, this is peak Scheana. I'm just tired of everyone thinking that I have this like malicious brain and like I'm like this manipulative person who's trying to do shit like that.
Because you are.
So then Schwartz comes back and he says to Raquel, so I guess we should like stop our little like whatever we've got going on thing. So right there, fuck you, Schwartz.
Yeah.
You've been feeding into this because, albeit Sheena's been antagonizing it.
Yeah.
But you've been feeding into it. And then what does Raquel do? She grabs his hands and like, it's so innocent though. And your ex-wife is overreacting quite a lot.
Okay. You're disrespectful as fuck for saying that. Your ex-wife, bitch, the ink isn't even dried on the divorce papers. Like,
you are a little girl. Little girl.
Your ex-wife? Like,
excuse me?
Like, she's not, first of all, her feelings matter. She's not overreacting. And weren't you just crying 2 scenes ago about James falling in love with that alley girl after a month? You guys didn't even get down the aisle.
And then fucking Scheana and Brock are like, when are you going to start living your life not worrying about Katie? It does not, you guys are gaslighting right now.
Well, I mean, Brock would be able to easily say that because he could just live his life without like seeing his kids or paying child support. So
there
like,
we
you
go.
know, so you made me say that.
And then Scheana goes, why can't you flirt, but she can fuck? Oh.
Why can't you mind your own fucking business, Scheana?
Listen, guys, listen. The heat I feel, this is personal. This is fucking
personal. It feels like I'm like really mad.
I'm so fucking pissed.
And the thing is, like, I've felt so many different things for all of these people. I don't think I've like consistently liked anybody on this show at all. I take it season by season, honestly. And right now, for me, Scheana's season this is not a Scheana or Raquel season for me. Mm-mm. It really isn't. Mm-mm. It really fucking isn't.
I'm not like,
or Schwartz for that matter. Sorry.
No, by the way, Schwartz
and
done.
I think actually Schwartz, this is the first time I've like really disliked Schwartz.
Yeah.
I've actually, he's probably the only person that I had consistently liked. And it was because I was glamored.
Yep.
By his charm and his like dopey demeanor. Mm-hmm. And it's completely worn off on me. Like the glamour is gone. And I see it for what it was the whole time.
Watching season 3 now with fresh eyes and watching how he was nasty. The way, like when he was busted cheating, it was ugly.
Yeah.
But compared to Jax, no one's as bad.
Right.
And that's why you don't pay as much attention to it.
He was, and you know, and we're going to get to it later, but Ariana says a comment to that effect.
Yep.
And she's not wrong.
She's not wrong. Schwartz has gotten away with murder. And when going back and watching it and recapping it as at this phase in my life, it's a whole different journey. I have a lot more empathy for Katie. And I think it's because I actually see myself in Katie. Yeah. Because I was in a long-term bad relationship and I was an awful person during that. And now that I'm out of that relationship, I'm a different person. And you look back and you're like, whoa, that was because I was in that relationship. And you do these awful, unhealthy attachment things and stuff like that. And so I didn't like Katie at all. I thought Katie was awful. And she did an okay job owning up to it, but not great. Not always great.
Right.
Watching season 3 now, as we do when we go back and watch like reality TV from a long time ago. By the way, watching The Challenge from a long time ago is terrifying.
I know. There's so many things.
No, it's like those like I'm not surprised that there was a lawsuit about a sexual assault because
with
even with Tanya.
Yeah.
But even like that Kenny and fucking Evan, like there needed to be some behavioral expectations because they were not regulated enough.
I mean,
at all.
If you like, again, sorry, going on like a challenge tangent, but that you got me. That's my jam. I've watched the challenge without missing a season since the inception. I just stopped watching it like the past year because MTV makes the login too hard. My whole thing is like they've had so many kind of like the blackface stuff, N-word stuff, and people still being able to play like
They don't give a shit.
like attempted murder.
Attempted murder. Oh yeah, what's her face? Julie. Julie Veronica.
That was crazy.
Yeah. But anyway, going back and watching Vanderpump is nothing like that. But we normalized and excused such fucked up things from Schwartz.
Yeah, we
Really
did.
fucked up stuff from Schwartz. Schwartz lied over and over and over again, but because he does that thing where he just kind of stays, like he doesn't explode. He just kind of waits for the dust to settle. And then you move on.
Yeah, and it was easier to take Schwartz's side or be empathetic or towards him because Katie had like more of like a harsh, aggressive tone.
Yes.
But like if you think like who wouldn't be if all of that was happening? If you think about it, it's like how can you not? Like she was being gaslit a lot and everyone was always on Schwartz's side. So that had to be frustrating. But I just couldn't see it at the time.
And we disrespected her because we were like, just get out of this relationship. This man doesn't want to marry you. So like we lost respect for her for that.
Yeah.
And so, and you know, like who hasn't, and like other women have done that. Other men have done that, you know.
I've
so like,
done it for sure.
Yeah. So she's like, so we kind of she got the raw end of the stick.
She did.
And so Schwartz has gotten away with a lot. And now here we are in this season and it's like, Schwartz, you're dirty. All right.
I'm just not accepting it. Like,
nope.
I know we really have been harping on Scheana, but I want to make it very fucking clear that I've watched Schwartz even like after this season on Watch What Happens Live. It doesn't seem like he's like grasping how he's still thinking that we're gonna like, if he like jokes about it and is coy and cute, that we're gonna like not care about like the fact that we gathered that you've hooked up with Raquel again.
Yep.
And the fact that you are not openly saying that you regret that.
Yep.
So like I hear all that and I'm not gonna, all that cute shit you're putting around it, I am ignoring, and I'm hearing that you have hooked up with Raquel multiple times and that you don't regret hooking up with Raquel and possibly ruining your dynamic with Katie. So that's what I fucking heard. And you're a piece of shit for it.
Okay. My sister is getting married this summer, and I hate that the first thing I think of is, I don't want to see what I look like in pictures. But I can do something about it. So in addition to upping my Pilates and my cardio, I'm also going to start eating cleaner. And I'm going to do that using Factor. Factor is my favorite of all the meal kit delivery services because it's the most delicious and it's the most nutritious. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. It just happened to rhyme. With all the episodes I'm putting out, I truly do not have a lot of time to spend in the kitchen, cooking and prepping and doing any of that. So Factor being delivered straight to my door, ready to eat, ready in 2 minutes, saves me tons of time so I can still get all the content out to you guys. And I can achieve my goal of feeling confident for this wedding in the summer. You should get America's #1 ready to eat meal kit and start saving time, eating well, and living your best year yet also. It's so great because with Factor, you can skip the grocery store, you can skip prepping and chopping and cleaning. Factor is fresh, it's never frozen, and the meals are ready in 2 minutes, and all you have to do is heat them up and enjoy. And no matter what your lifestyle is, so I found Factor 2 years ago when I was trying to go keto, but they've got keto, calorie smart, vegan and veggie, protein plus. They're prepared by chefs, so no wonder they're so delicious. They're approved by dietitians, so no wonder they're so nutritious. And every meal has all of the ingredients you need so you feel satisfied all day long. Every week there's 34 chef-prepared meals. Every week you're looking at 34 chef-prepared, dietitian-approved meals to pick from. So you've always got something new to try. And they've got snacks to pick from. 36 plus snacks with like sweets and smoothies and juices. So I need snacks. Anything to keep me from ordering takeout. Factor's so much better than takeout. It's cheaper and it's done in 2 minutes. So hello. If you are vegan or veggie, Factor makes it so easy. It's everything you want in all the meals, nothing you don't. And if you want to mix it up, you can even add a protein to some of the meals. Factor is perfect if you want to eat clean without all the work, which is so me. You just choose your meals and you can enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door, ready in 2 minutes, no prep, no mess. Head to factormeals.com/shespeaks50. Use code SheSpeaks50 to get 50% off your first box. That's code SheSpeaks50 at factormeals.com/shespeaks50 to get 50% off your first box. All right, Canyon Club. James and Allie get there. Tom's sucking on his saline thing. Then the double date arrives. And Katie doesn't even turn around when Scheana walks in, which is
I
power.
loved it.
Me too.
That was like when Stassi gave Kristen the shoulder when they were doing their Witches of WeHo promo and like boxing her out.
And Scheana even like taps her like, hi. And Katie turns around and is like, nope. And just like turns back. She's like, yeah. She's like, I know you're here, and I'm not saying hi to you. So then Scheana pulls, but this is because she does villainous things, but doesn't want to hold on to that doesn't want to take on the burden of it because she's not. So she's like, she pulls Ariana aside to be like, okay, what am I getting into here? Because like Katie said hi to everybody but me. And Ariana, being the good person that she is like, look, the optics look like this is a double date. And what does Scheana do? She backpedals. And says, I'm sorry that I invited my friend because she didn't want to be alone coming to this event. I'm sorry.
Ariana didn't want to be alone.
Fucking did. That's not what you did, though,
I know
Scheana.
that. Yeah, like that was, she has pulled that out of her ass. Like Ariana actually needed someone to go with and you said fuck off.
How come Ariana couldn't go then? Why couldn't you have 5 of you go? Why did you have to have 4? Double date, huh? We get it.
That's you're full of shit. Like
that's what makes me so crazy.
I like just at least say, yeah, I don't care. I'm hooking them up. Like just say it. Stop
because what if she said this? What if she was like, I thought Katie was cool with this. And then was like, hey Katie, I thought you were cool with me hooking them up. If you're not, I'll stop. I misunderstood when we were in Vegas. I thought you were like, I'm down with that. And when Katie's like, I'm not, then you're like, my bad. But because Scheana's being a shady fucking she's like, hey, Katie, I just wanted you to know that I invited Raquel to Schwartz's because like she didn't want to, and Katie cuts her ass off. She's like, to make out? Yeah, I know. I heard on your podcast.
Yes.
And Scheana's like, okay, but Katie, when we were in Vegas, you were like, I give my blessing. Katie's like, I don't give a fuck what I said in Vegas. Why are you harping on what I said a month ago?
Yeah.
I'm telling you now that I don't care. And it's very disrespectful what you've been up to. Scheana, once again playing it. She's like, what I've been up to? Yes. What? Don't. Scheana, stop thinking that we don't see what you're doing. You went and recorded the podcast with Schwartz and said, would you ever make the rumor true? So there's one. That's you doing one thing there. You tell Raquel that you guys should go to first you're like, you live 3 minutes from Schwartz. Then you say you should go pregame at Schwartz's. There you go. Another one. Ariana can't go because you want it to be a double date. You are plotting. Raquel even admitted that you're doing that with her.
Yes.
Okay?
You're caught.
Ugh! I've never said bitch so many times. I'm so sorry.
It'd be funny if you just like
some of these out.
You should bleep them.
I should bleep them. I should bleep them. She's like, what you do with Schwartz on this is Katie. What you do with Schwartz on your podcast was fucking gross. You do not need to talk about the most painful day of my life. It's none of your fucking business. What does Scheana say? He didn't have to answer questions if he didn't want to.
That's not the response. Oh, bleep.
Do not disrespect her. Okay, Scheana? Do not fucking disrespect her.
See, that was an opportunity for Scheana to compose herself. We have so many opportunities for Scheana to like get this back on track, and she's missing all of them. She could have been like, "Oh my God, Katie, I didn't even think about it in that way." And I
And when you
apologize.
put it like that, I'm sorry. No. He didn't have to answer. And then Raquel, don't get too mad. Schwartz and I didn't even make out. So it's not even a big deal.
I could see that was the first moment that Katie was like, this has happened. Like, she was like, it was confirmed. I was like, they're doing this. Because this is not the same Raquel that Katie had drinks with. She's fully turned at this point.
She had like a smirk on her face. She's like, so it's like not even a big deal.
I'm glad she didn't win that pageant. She didn't deserve it.
She does not deserve that pageant.
Glad
not
she
at
didn't
all.
win.
She did not deserve it. She did not fucking.
That's the only thing I can think to hurt her right now.
Katie was like stumbling. Katie was like, so she's like, no, I know. I felt bad for Katie right there. She's these two talking to her like, oh bleep. She's two bleep again. These two women talking to her and being like, you're such an idiot, Katie. Why are you sad? Are you sad about your divorce? It's not a big deal. Where is your compassion?
Yeah, it was very taunting, and I did not like it.
Yeah, and so Katie's like, I'm not comfortable, so stop. And Scheana does she's like, okay, I'll back off. But then she's like, but you did say, and Katie's like, enough. Stop. I am done. Like, I'm proud of the way we're handling this, and you're derailing everything. And she's like, that's not my intention. And you know what? I'm actually really insulted that you don't understand my intention. Of course. Yeah, Scheana, you're the one who's... she should apologize to you, actually. You're right.
Yeah.
Katie should say sorry to you. I forgot. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because everything's about Scheana.
Scheana's the victim here. Always goes back to... And I bet at the reunion, Scheana will act like the victim.
Not if I have anything to do with it.
I was just trying to make my best friend Schwartz happy.
My best friend. Adam was her best friend too. Remember that?
Oh yeah, best friend. Bestest friend. And then Katie's like, you're a little fucking troll. Katie, she starts to lose it, which this is good TV, of course. This is like, This was a great scene, to be fair. Great scene.
Oh my God.
Scheana
I
did
almost
great
watched it
because
again.
she was Scheana, and Katie did great because she was Katie. Like, it was a great scene. So Scheana doesn't even come back, though. Scheana just goes, I'm a troll. Oh, okay. But then in her confessional she says, get back under your bridge, bitch. Okay, don't be all big and bad in your confessional. And by the way, get back under your bridge. So are you saying she's a troll? So are you taking her burn?
Yeah, like.
So you can't do that. Nope, can't.
No, can't do that.
That's breaking the rules. Doesn't count.
She's so bad at it. Like, she's like, again, she is so bad at confessionals. It's a.
She's been bad from day one.
Yeah, it's cringy. She really needs to take a class.
Yeah, we said we were going to start a course. Pia and I are starting a confessional university.
Yeah, because the first person that needs to sign up is her and Raquel.
Yep. So Katie goes and she vents to James. And as much as I want to be on James's side, James is always kind of wrong. He's like, I agree, right? Like, totally. But Scheana absolutely does just pull anyone she can onto her podcast. And so she pulled Raquel onto the podcast to talk about the James breakup. And when James contacted Scheana and Brock to be like, leave my fucking name off your podcast, Brock was like, come on the podcast.
Like, they're you know what? But Scheana did find a perfect mate in Brock because they are the same exact manipulative, just disrespectful bitches.
Yep.
He's a big bitch. She's a real big bitch.
Yep. Ariana, though, has a point. She's like, now, see how no one's mad at Schwartz? Now, one person's mad at Schwartz, and Schwartz is guilty. He's just as guilty.
He is just as guilty because he's a grown-ass man.
Yep.
He's, 40 now? Is he 40? But
he looks terrible. He
is a grown man, and he doesn't need to have people manipulating him. He shows his behavior. This is not new behavior from Schwartz, so it's not like I can completely blame Scheana or Raquel for anything. He has these tendencies in him, and he's never had any regard for Katie's feelings. So this is not new, and that's why it was so easy for Scheana's plan to work.
Mm-hmm. Katie goes over to Schwartz. She's like, Tom, I hate that bitch.
That was the perfect thing to do.
And he's like, what? Oh, what happened? And Katie explains the conversation in Vegas. She's talking a mile a minute because she's so pissed. She does need to take a breath. Katie is losing it. She does need to take 5 deep breaths, 5 inhales, 5 exhales, because she's going too fast.
Yeah.
And she says that her version is that she did just make out with her friend. She's like, it was after I made out with my friend, and this rumor was out there, and Scheana was, I just made out with my friend, and I was like, oh yeah, I hope Schwartz moves on. But he's like, wait, just made out? And she's like, make out, yes. And he's like, well, because Scheana said you fucked. And she's like, wow, great friends you've got there. So I believe Katie.
Yeah, this is reminding me of motorboating a D.
Mm-hmm.
When Scheana was Scheana was the one who made that fucking rumor up.
Bullshit up. Mm-hmm.
Probably to get them to break up because she wanted Schwartz.
Oh,
anyway.
My God. Then Raquel and James talk, and look, I respect Raquel for creating a scene. We already have enough going on in this moment, but she's like, "Hey, James, I'm very drained from our conversation yesterday because you were deflecting." And he's like, he did not expect that. He's like, I'm drained as well, because because I didn't want to talk about something that happened from 5 years ago. And then he goes, "Sorry, guys make mistakes." Whoa, bad, really bad.
That would be next to your new girlfriend?
Yeah, she's like, what's happening?
Am I in the scene?
Is this about me? But then back over to Schwartz and Katie, he's like, I don't like it when you undermine my friends. Okay, Schwartz. Okay, still missing the point. Still, after all these years, missing the point that Katie is just being disrespected by your friend, Scheana. And you, asshole, and you.
You're a bitch too, Schwartz.
You're a fucking bitch too. He says that Scheana thinks that, he's like, well, she thinks your boundaries are a double standard. Oh, does she? Has she convinced you of that too now? Are you deciding not to understand that it's just about a cast member? That's all it's about. Don't hook up with a fucking cast member so she doesn't have to, A, see it on camera again, and then B, have to film with you guys.
Yeah.
Katie,
I don't know why that's so difficult.
Yeah, she's like, she's tearing us apart, and she walks away. And then this was a weird exchange because James asks Scheana, he's like talking to Raquel, he's like, okay, what are your eyes all about, Scheana? I see this odd, what are they doing? And Scheana just walks away, kind of. And Ariana, Raquel, and Scheana are going to walk away, and James goes, okay, guys, listen, this is a sacred place for me and Allie.
I'm sorry, it was so funny.
It was so funny that they were like, okay, James. All of them were like, really, James? Come on.
It was really funny.
He meant it so seriously,
He
James.
did.
Wholeheartedly meant that.
God, I love that man. He's such a fucking character. I need him on the show.
And then he goes, all right, Scheana, Miss Pumpkin Pie. The way he justified that nickname, I was like, it's fine. It was just a funny nickname, but he's like, it's whipped cream on top, and in the middle it goes bad. I'm like, no, it's fine. It doesn't make sense, but it worked.
I thought it did make sense, and I
was
like, because he said, because just pumpkin, a pumpkin pie, because it's sweet on the outside, but it goes bad real fast or something like that.
Does it though?
It does. Pumpkin pie does go bad real fast. It will turn around and have mold all over it.
That is so not true. If you buy it from Ralph's, that shit will last forever. Who's getting real nice pumpkin pie?
I had a real nice. Okay, I'm not going to do this.
I haven't had a homemade pumpkin pie ever.
I had a nice pumpkin pie once.
I've only ever had store-bought pumpkin pie, and that shit, you can leave that shit out for days, and it is just fine. You can just keep taking a slice out a whole week. And it's doing just fine.
What you don't know is that pumpkin pie is not good. What you don't know.
Little did I know that it was rotten. And I was about to
rotten
get
pumpkin
sick.
Pie, Emily.
I was eating rotten, but it was delicious.
That's why, because it seems sweet. No, it doesn't. But it's rotten in the inside, just like Scheana.
Delicious. She doesn't even seem sweet. She doesn't. I was mad. Actually, don't insult pumpkin pie like that. How about that, James?
I actually don't love pumpkin pie.
Oh, I see. I love pumpkin. Maybe that's why I was offended.
You know what's better than pumpkin pie? Sweet potato pie.
What?
Have you ever had it?
No.
Oh, bitch. It's changed your life. Black people don't eat pumpkin pie.
Maybe that explains it.
Black people eat sweet potato pie.
Oh, see, I've only ever had pumpkin. I've never had sweet potato pie.
I'm gonna get. Oh, let me try. Let me see if I can find one. It's not in season, but
yeah, right. It's like, where do we even get a sweet potato pie?
They're right next to the pumpkin. It's so
really.
Funny. It looks like a pumpkin pie, but it's sweet potato,
and it's better.
It's so much better than pumpkin pie. I'm telling you, I gotta see if I can fucking find a sweet potato pie.
I don't believe you.
Bitch. Okay, now I'm gonna fucking find. You just want me to get you one, and I will.
My birthday's coming up.
I'm gonna get you a sweet potato pie for your birthday. I'm finding one. I actually, you know what? I'm gonna get you. There's an actress singer. Patti LaBelle has a line of sweet potato pies, and I'm gonna get you one. I'm serious. Patti LaBelle has
I know exactly what you're talking about because
I'm gonna get you that one for your birthday. I've never had it, so I can't guarantee it's great, but we're gonna fucking find out.
We're gonna find out. That's amazing.
That took a turn.
We ended on a Patti LaBelle sweet potato pie moment. I like Allie though. She's like, I don't want to be in the middle between you guys. And he's like, okay, don't be mad. She's like, I'm just drained. And then she like walks away. Okay, well, where are you gonna go?
Right.
Oh, so you're gonna break up with him? Okay, well then you're off the show.
You're off the show.
So don't worry, she's not going anywhere, James. Like, is she leaving?
Where's Charlie?
I know, is she like just not on this show anymore or what?
She got a cast picture, so like, where are you?
She did get a cast picture.
So like, she must come in like the middle or something.
She did get a cast picture. Where the hell is she? All we've gotten so far is she was on the phone with Raquel, and she was in the opening episode with Raquel at Sir.
I didn't recall any of that. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, she did. They did like that secret shot.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
But that's it. That's nothing. Well, okay. Well, so this has been we clearly stand against Scheana here at She Speaks Bravo. So,
and if you don't like
that, I'm not changing it. Not changing my tune.
Bad.
Not changing my tune. That's how it's going to be. This is just how it is. Okay?
I can't wait to read these comments.
I know.
I'm ready for it. I'm like I don't even care if people are mad about it because I really said that with my chest and I meant it.
Yeah. That felt good. I feel like I got
I didn't lie about anything. That. Like it's and what honestly, happened.
I hate continuously telling you guys this, but if you go back and rewatch season 3 though, like you have to go back and rewatch these seasons with like current eyes because when you watched back then, we were different people. Yeah. So when you watch now, you're like, hold on. And I've rewatched these shows so many times, just like in the background, but rewatching to recap, whole different thing.
Yeah, I have not rewatched any of the episodes. I just keep going and rewatching season 3 with not being in my early 20s now. I'm in my early 30s. It's such a different perspective.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been super eye-opening. And Ariana, this is what I want for Ariana. I want Ariana she seems like she's okay with it, but I want her to demand more from her close friends and her partner.
Yeah, I feel
Tom has given her. He just feels like he's giving her nothing.
I think that's Ariana's Achilles heel is that she doesn't want to be a burden or to feel like people see her as weak, and she just like, I'll deal with it myself. I don't need to like put anything on you. She did it with her dad. She really took all these things on, and I know she's about to have another death come up. I know. So I feel like people really need to rally around her. And I would like her to have this is where I'm going to get annoyed with Lala. I feel like Ariana really had brought Lala into the group and got people to accept her for Lala to kind of just abandon her in a sense.
Yep, that's very accurate. Very accurate.
And I feel like all of her friends do that. Scheana does that. Like,
girl, 100%. Ariana's a real one.
Yeah, she is.
Again,
she's the only one who ran after Katie to make sure I don't know if we said that. She ran after Katie to make sure that she was okay. Or did I see that in the
this
preview?
episode?
Oh, that was in the preview. I saw that in the preview. I'm sorry. I watched there was a preview.
Next week?
Yeah, there's a preview. I saw that in the preview. That's going to be my bad. I forgot.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
They released a preview.
The first 7 minutes.
Yeah, and
what
I
happens
watched.
In it?
Katie,
well, you already got us excited. What happens?
I'm so sorry about that, guys. This is what I got was so heated with this episode. I need to
see. Pia does this shit all the time. She skips ahead and she never remembers if she did this when we were doing VPR 3 and she started talking. She's like, just like when Christina and Stassi were in the car, and I was like, I don't think we've seen that yet. She's like, oh shit, that's coming up. And it was like 2 episodes ahead. All right, so what happens, Pia?
I'm just saying, they released it. Aria, she storms off Katie to leave the club after she talks to Schwartz because she doesn't want to be there, and she's just feeling like people are picking sides, and this is not what she wanted. And Ariana was sitting with Scheana and Raquel, and she's like, I don't think that she should be leaving. No one's going after her. No one is checking on her. I'm going to check on her. She goes out there and she hugs her. And that's really what I was just getting at. Ariana is a really good
real
friend.
One.
And she is able to be friends with everyone. And she's actually should be the narrator of the show. She's calling it out. She's like, Schwartz is also responsible, but she's like, but you are also doing this, Scheana. She's actually being she's just right. pointing stuff out without bias, in my opinion.
Yes, that is so accurate. She wasn't afraid to say the optics look like this is a double date. And she's not excusing anything Sheena's doing. She's not like, I know, you're just so funny, it's all fine. But she's still like, I am your friend, because I think that Ariana a long time ago realized, okay, I am on this show. This is my group of friends, and I'm accepting them, flaws and all. Yeah. And if I pick every single fight with everyone, then we're just never going to have any peace.
Yeah.
Because, Katie's got a bunch of her flaws, too.
Yeah, they all do. They all really do. That's why we watch the show. They're all messes.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't want to be on a show. I'm a mess too. Wouldn't want anybody podcasting about me.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly. I already get what people responding to this podcast and making fun of me is already hard enough. Can I imagine if it was on a bigger scale? I would not be able to handle it at all.
Yeah, no, that's why I would not go on the show. I would be a villain.
I would too. I would too. I would absolutely
have somebody else on the microphone these bitches.
Emily really handled that poorly. I'm like, I know.
Look at Pia over there. She's such a fucking bitch. I'm like, I'm a bitch.
Although knowing us, we'd probably reach out and be like, fully agree. Fully agree.
I know. I'd be like, handled
that wrong.
Episode?
Handled
it. You're like, I watched your podcast. I have to say, if I was a viewer, I would have, I would agree. I would agree with that, and that my behavior was
incorrect. Yeah. So, you know what? So maybe we don't get it. That's probably why we wouldn't be good reality stars, though, because we're too level-headed.
I would either be amazing or I would be boring, because I would be self-editing because I don't want to be embarrassed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's why you need that raw. You need that person who's willing to just be a mess.
Right. And I'm unwilling to do it on camera.
Agreed. Same. It just sounds too scary.
Yeah, too scary.
All right, guys. After all this, we love you. Mean it. Bye. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, would you mind leaving me a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform you are listening? If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget there's the super thanks option down at the bottom, the little button with the $sign and the heart. And also I'm on buymeacoffee.com/SheSpeaksBravo if you want to buy me a little coffee or 2 or 5. And my Patreon, that is where I'm covering all of the classic Bravo jams. If you want to follow me over there and subscribe, link is in the description. And follow me on Instagram and TikTok at She Speaks Bravo. And whoever the guest was for today, all their information is always in the episode description. So if you want to follow them and check them out, check there for the info. And any of the sponsor codes that I mentioned in this episode will also be in the description. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.